Where's Amir? Your response.
Now?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. טוב. אוקיי. יפה. Good evening. Chairman of the America-Israel Friendship League, Mr. Kenneth Bakelin, Mr. Danny Gillerman, Israel Chairman of the Board, Executive of the League in Israel, Ms. Ruby Shamir, the Israeli Consul General in New York, Ido Aharoni, UN Israel Ambassador Ron Prosher, Elie Wiesel, Nobel Prize winner, member of the board, distinguished friends. I feel excited and privileged to be here tonight. This event reflects the ties that bind us: democracy, liberty, justice, peace, and tolerance. And I have to say, I always heard so much about you and your activity from one of my good friends who served as Israeli chairman, the late Benny Gaon. I'm happy to be here in America, the land of endless opportunity. I am even happier to tell you that Israel, too, is a land of endless opportunity. Only in such a country can a 4-year-old boy who immigrated from Morocco to desolate desert town, lived in relative poverty, served as an officer in the Israeli army, was severely wounded and left hospital in a wheelchair, was elected as mayor of Sderot, became chairman of the labor union, was elected chairman of the Labour Party, and appointed deputy prime minister and defense minister. This journey can only have been achieved in Israel, and I am grateful to my people and my country. That is why I have devoted my life to their service. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 12, 2006, the war in Lebanon began. For 34 days, missiles rained down on northern Israel. As defense minister, I had to deal with two fronts: the IDF operation in southern Lebanon and the home front, the cities of Kiryat Shmona, Tzfat, Nahariya, and Haifa, where civilians were killed as a result of missiles. On November 15, 2006, at exactly 8 in the morning, a Qassam rocket fired by Hamas in Gaza exploded in front of my home in Sderot. It wasn't their first attempt. Hamas trying to hit the Israeli defense minister's home. You can imagine their ambition. But this time was different. One of my neighbors was killed, and my security guard lost both his legs. Ladies and gentlemen, the English philosopher John Locke described the human brain as a tabula rasa, a blank slate lacking rules or patterns to process data. These are developed through sensory experience, meaning it is formed by a person's life experience, his life path, and decisions. I don't know what influenced my decision to insist and push forward to develop the Iron Dome, a war that exposed the Israeli home front, or the terrible image of a young man, Maor, whose life was changed forever in a second. Dear friends, it was one of the most difficult periods of my political life. Within the military, there was tough opposition. Two chiefs of staff, most generals at the time, cabinet ministers, and the media headlines such as Iron Dome will fail. Every morning, I had an argument with my wife, Achlama, about who will get the newspapers and see the latest venomous article. But the more criticism grew, the more confident I was in my decision. There were others who believed it was possible. In the Ministry of Defense, the development team headed by Danny Gold and the wonderful people of the Israeli defense industries, with Rafael leading the project in cooperation with ELTA and others. They were the ones who convinced me that it was possible. These fantastic scientists who said, "Give us the opportunity and we will turn science fiction into reality." So today, as I stand in front of you, I thank God giving me the strength to face up to the opposition and to serendipity, being in the right place at the right time to make the decision on Iron Dome. I would like to thank the US administration, the relevant committees in the Congress, and especially President Barack Obama, who adopted the idea of Iron Dome, made it a priority, and provided funding for the project. We are grateful for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a very complex and unstable period. Threats and arenas change almost daily, and the Islamic world, as we knew it, no longer exists. It is now divided between radical barbaric terrorism and moderates of different degrees. We must build a united front against the extremists, fight them forcefully, but at the same time, build tomorrow's alliance with the moderates. We must do everything possible to avoid a religious war. Israel is not immune from this development. Innocent civilians waiting for a bus, a train, or praying in the synagogue are murdered viciously. Their tallis soaked in blood. It is blood-boiling and unforgivable. But we do not seek revenge. It is difficult right now to talk about a peace process, and I object to unilateral moves. But I intend to do everything possible to renew a dialogue with the Palestinian Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Knesset at this time, there is deep disagreement regarding the proposed Jewish state bill. I don't believe we need to pass this law. It sends a message that damages our democracy and the equality of all our citizens. Since the state of Israel was established, we have proved that Israel is indeed a Jewish nation. By building a modern state with a strong army and agriculture, industry, high-tech, science, and education. By our creative, sharp thinking that allow us to meet every challenge like the Iron Dome. And also, by way of Israel's strong ties to Jewish communities worldwide, and especially those in the United States. For sure, keep the right of return, allowing every Jew the right to immigrate to Israel, and we must continue our efforts to ensure our state remains democratic while keeping its Jewish identity. Lastly, I would like to emphasize to you the dynamic and strengths of the Israeli democracy. When I accept your invitation, I was a cabinet minister. Today, I am a former minister. When I resigned from the government 2 weeks ago, I said that this government is not exist and leading nowhere because it was composed of unilateral parts. Now we are headed to election as I imagined. In Israel, it is not simple or easy decision to resign from the government. But throughout my entire public life, I had been guided by my inner truth and integrity. That is also what guided me to approve the Iron Dome project. Thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. Thank you very much.